Welcome to first PU online classes. Here today we will discuss what is the angular velocity. Angular velocity. Now what is the angular velocity? Here two types of the angular velocities are there. One is called as a average angular velocity, another one is called as a instantaneous angular velocity. Two types of the angular velocities. One is called as a average angular velocity, another one is called as a instantaneous angular velocity. We know that here first of all we are consider the one rigid body. Here this is first of all I am considering the one rigid body. That rigid body is rotating about one fixed axis. That rigid body is rotating about one fixed axis. About this axis, the rigid body is rotating. We know that this axis is called as axis of rotation. Here, about this axis, the rigid body is rotating. I am considering a rigid body like this. I am considered that this is a rigid body. Here about this, what is here? This is I am considered as a rigid body. Here this rigid body is rotating about this fixed axis. I am considered at the middle. Now this is the here about this axis. This rigid body is rotating. This is a rigid body. This is having not a particular shape. Rigid body is having not a particular shape. We can take any shape. Now this rigid body is rotating about this fixed axis. This fixed axis I am considered as a z axis. Here about this axis it is rotating with angular velocity omega. This fixed axis is named as the axis of rotation. This fixed axis we are given the name. Already we know that is called as the axis of rotation. About this axis of rotation, the rigid body is rotating with angular velocity omega. That axis of rotation I am considered as a z axis. Now this is I am considered as a what is here y axis. This is I am considered as a x axis. You can take anyway. Just I am taking this is x. You can take this is x and y also. Just I am taking as a this is a y axis and this is a z axis. This is I am considered as a origin. Now when the rigid body is rotating about the fixed axis or about the axis of rotation, we know that already the every particle in the rigid body, every particle in the rigid body rotating in the form of the circle. Every particle in the rigid body, suppose I am consider the particle here. This particle is rotating in the form of the circle. It is rotating in the form of the circle. What is here? It is rotating in the form of the circle about the what is here? Axis of rotation. About the axis of rotation, this particle is rotating in the form of the circle. We know that here every particle, we can consider any particle in the rigid body that is rotating in the form of the circle about the what is here? Axis of rotation. Now here this is I am consider the one particle here. Here this is I am consider the particle. This is rotating in the form of the circle. Now that is from axis of rotation to the particle distance. This is I am consider the particle P. Then from axis of rotation to the particle distance I am consider as a R. R is the distance between the particle to the axis of rotation. Now this particle is considered as a P. This particle is here rotating in the form of the circle. In the form of the circle means this particle is moving from P to P dash. It is moving from P to P dash. It is rotating means it is rotating in the form of the circle means it is moving from P to P dash. In the what is here in the time interval, what is here in the delta t time. In the delta t time it is moving from P to P dash with linear velocity. It is moving with linear velocity. What is here v? It is moving with a linear velocity v from P to P dash in how much time here? Delta t time. Now this distance I am considered as it is moving from P to P dash distance, P to P dash, that distance I am considered as what is here? Delta s. That distance I am considered as a delta s. This is considered as a delta s. Now when moving from P to P dash, it makes an angle, or it is rotating through an angle. Rotating through an angle, that angle is I am considered as a delta theta. That is considered as a delta theta. Now I am showing here again that diagram. Here listen here, this is here, what is here? This is what is, I am consider the any point. This is a point I am considered as a C. Any point I am considered C. Now this is point on the axis of rotation I am considered as a C. Now here see, this is moving from P to what is here? P dash. P to P dash. Now this is what is here? Delta s. It moves through a distance delta s, makes an angle what is here? Delta theta. Makes an angle delta theta, or rotating through an angle delta theta. In how much time here? Delta theta time. How much time here? Delta theta time. Delta theta time. Here from this, first of all, I am defining the here average angular velocity. Average angular velocity. Average angular velocity omega bar. How to define the average angular velocity? The average angular velocity can be defined as it is a ratio of here what is here? Small angular displacement. This is delta theta angle. This small angle is called as angular displacement. Here what is the ratio of angular displacement to the, here what is here? The angular displacement to the time interval. Time interval is how much here? Delta theta. Now that is what is here? Delta, the ratio of delta theta to the delta t is called as what is here? Average angular velocity. Means it is rotating through an angle delta theta in how much time here? Delta theta time. So from this we are defining the average angular velocity omega bar is equal to delta theta by delta t. Here this is called as a small angular displacement delta theta. Now this is called as the average angular velocity. Now next we can define the instantaneous angular velocity. Instantaneous angular velocity. What is the instantaneous angular velocity? Here instantaneous angular velocity is denoted with omega. The instantaneous angular velocity can be defined as it is a limiting value of average angular velocity. Limiting value of average angular velocity when time interval reaches to 0. When time interval reaches to 0. Limiting value of average angular velocity. Average angular velocity is omega bar. Limiting value of average angular velocity when time interval reaches to 0. That is called as a instantaneous angular velocity. Now this can be written as limit delta theta tends to 0. Here omega bar can be written as delta theta by delta t. Here limit delta tends to 0, delta theta by delta t. It is similar as a linear average linear velocity, instantaneous linear velocity. Here also that is coming in the linear motion. Here in the rotational motion, what is coming here? Average angular velocity and instantaneous angular velocity. So limiting value of delta t tends to 0. Delta theta by delta t can be written as what is here? D theta by dt. D theta by dt. From this we are saying that here omega is equal to what is here written here? Instantaneous angular velocity omega is equal to d theta by dt. Omega is equal to d theta by dt is called as a what is here? Instantaneous angular velocity. Or omega bar is equal to delta theta by delta t is called as a average angular velocity. Here omega bar means represents the average. Here omega is represents what is their instantaneous angular velocity. What is mean by the instantaneous angular velocity? The angular velocity at a particular instant of time, that is called as what is their instantaneous angular velocity. Now when calculating the average angular velocity, we are consider the total time interval. Total time interval is how much here? Delta t. In the total time interval delta t, it rotating through an angle how much here? Delta theta, or the angular displacement is what is here? Delta theta. So the ratio of delta theta by delta t is called as average angular velocity. Omega is equal to d theta by dt is called as instantaneous angular velocity. Now what are the units? Here what is the units? Here for what is here? Instantaneous angular velocity or simply angular velocity. Angular velocity units are taken as that is what is here? This is mk's unit. That is considered as here theta unit is what is here? Radian. Time unit is what is here? Second. Radian per second. Here mk's unit is radian per second, and we can write the dimensional formula. What is the dimensional formula? Here listen, dimensional formula means here theta, angular displacement dimensional formula is what is here? This is m power of 0, l power of 0, t power of 0. Time dimensional formula is t. So what is coming here? This is here what is here? M power of 0, l power of 0, t power of 0. That is a delta t. Angular displacement dimensional formula. Time dimensional formula is t. So what? T power of 1. So what is coming here? Dimensional formula m power of 0, l power of 0. It is coming into numerator, t power of minus 1. This is the dimensional formula of what is here? Angular velocity. Angular velocity dimensional formula m power of 0, l power of 0, t power of minus 1. Because angle dimensional formula is m power of 0, l power of 0, t power of 0. Angular displacement dimensional formula is m power of 0, l power of 0, t power of 0. Time dimensional formula is t power of 1. So m power of 0, l power of 0, t power of minus 1. This is the here what is the dimensional formula of what is here? Angular velocity. This is totally concept of the angular velocity. Angular velocity are two types. One is called as average angular velocity. Another one is called as instantaneous angular velocity. Average angular velocity formula omega bar is equal to delta theta by delta t. Instantaneous angular velocity formula omega is equal to d theta by dt. Next we can derive the one important relation. Now, what is that relation here? The relation between linear velocity v. The relation between linear velocity v and angular velocity omega. Angular velocity omega means that is the instantaneous angular velocity. Now what is the relation between them? Now first of all we know that here average angular velocity, first of all average angular velocity, we know that formula omega bar is equal to delta theta by delta t. This is average angular velocity. Instantaneous angular velocity omega is equal to d theta by dt. This is we know that relation. Now here first of all here we find the what is the relation for the what is here? This is a what is the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. We have to derive this one. First we are writing the linear velocity. Linear velocity formula we know that already v is equal to limit delta tends to 0. Delta tends to 0, delta s by delta t. Delta s by delta t. What is the delta s by delta t? Delta s by delta t is called as a here average linear velocity. Average linear velocity. This is called as what is here? Average linear velocity. average linear velocity. The limiting value of average linear velocity when time interval reaches to 0, that is called as a instantaneous linear velocity. The limiting value of average linear velocity when time interval reaches to 0, that is called as a instantaneous linear velocity. First of all, we are writing the formula for instantaneous linear velocity. Now, here from this diagram, listen here, delta S. What is the delta S here? Here from this diagram, delta S can be written as, here delta S is equal to, what is that? This is a sector. In the sector, we know that formula, arc is equal to radius into angle. Arc is equal to radius into angle. Now, this is a radius is r here, C to P distance r here. This is a radius is r. Here radius is r. Radius is r. Angle is delta theta. Here arc is what is there? Delta S. P to P dash is called as arc. This is a radius. This is a delta theta is the angle. So arc delta S is equal to radius. Radius r into angle is delta theta. Okay. Here arc is equal to r into delta theta, means delta S is equal to r into delta theta. So we substitute that value here. What is we are getting here? V is equal to limit delta tends to 0. Here delta S can be written as r into delta theta by delta t. R into delta theta by delta t. Now I am writing here, this is r into delta theta by delta t. Now from this, here this can be written as a r, take the common here. R take the common, remaining value is limit delta t tends to 0. Here delta theta by delta t. Delta theta by delta t. Now V is equal to r into, we already know that limit delta t tends to 0, delta theta by delta t can be written as d theta by dt. We know that already we defined. Now omega is equal to, what is there? Limit of delta t tends to 0. Here what is here? Omega is equal to delta t tends to 0. What is I am writing here? Delta theta by delta t. This value is equal to, what is here? D theta by dt. Already we know that this formula. This is called as a, here what is here? Omega. Omega is called as a, what is here? Instantaneous angular velocity. So now limit delta t tends to 0, delta theta by delta t can be written as d theta by dt. Now what is we know that d theta by dt is equal to what we know that here? Omega. So what is we are getting here? V is equal to r omega. Limit delta t tends to 0, delta theta by delta t can be written as d theta by dt. D theta by dt is equal to omega. Now this is r is a constant, this is a radius is constant, so that's the reason we are taking outside the limit. So r into limit delta t tends to 0, delta theta by delta t. This total value here, what is I am writing here? This can be written as a, what is I am writing here? D theta by dt. D theta by dt is called as omega. Omega is called as, what is here? Instantaneous angular velocity. Here this is a V is called as a instantaneous linear velocity. What is we are getting here? V is equal to r omega. This is a general form. Now in vector form, what is the notation in vector form? In vector form, this can be written as a, what is I am writing in vector form? V is equal to, here V bar is equal to omega bar cross r bar. This is a, here what is here? Vector form. This is a vector form of relation between, what is here? Linear velocity and angular velocity. Omega is the angular velocity, V is called as a linear velocity. The relation between these two is V equal to r omega. This is general relation. But in the vector form, what is we are representing here? V bar is equal to omega bar cross r bar. This is a relation between, here what is here? This is a relation between the, here what is here? Linear velocity and angular velocity. Right. Next, what is the direction of the omega bar? How to find the direction of the omega bar? We will discuss here. Next, before finding the direction of the omega bar, we will discuss the one case here. Suppose here one node point. if r equal to 0, radius is equal to 0. When r equal to 0, this P point is lies on the what is here axis of rotation. When r equal to 0, this P point is lies on the what is here axis of rotation. When P point is lies on the axis of rotation, r is equal to 0 means P means a particle lies on the axis of rotation. This is the meaning of r equal to 0. Here when r equal to 0, what is the meaning of this one here? P lies on the what is their axis of rotation. Particle is lies on the axis of rotation. But here from this relation we know that V equal to what is here? R omega. V equal to R omega means V equal to 0 into omega. Here V equal to what is here? 0. What is the meaning of this one? When the particle is lies on the axis of rotation, that particle is at which position here? Rest position. Why rest position here? Its linear velocity is 0. Linear velocity 0 means that is not in the motion, it is at the rest position. Here when it is not in the axis of rotation, it is rotating with a linear velocity v. But when it is in the axis of rotation, its linear velocity is 0. Linear velocity 0 means it is at the rest position. Means suppose the particles which are lying on the axis of rotation, the particles which are lying on the what is here axis of rotation, that all particles are at which position here? Rest position. Why they are rest position? Means r equal to 0, radius is 0 means linear velocity is 0. Linear velocity 0 means they are all at which position here? Rest position. Right. Next we find the direction of what is here? Direction of omega. Here direction of omega, how to find the what is here? Direction of omega. What is the direction of the angular velocity? How to find the direction of the angular velocity? Suppose the particle is moving like this. It is moving from P to P dash. P to P dash. It is moving from P to P dash in anti-clockwise direction. This is which direction here? Anti-clockwise direction. Listen, one point also listen. That omega is always along the axis of rotation. This point is important. But it is upward or downward. That is main important here. But omega is always here. What is here? This is angular velocity always along the axis of rotation. But what is its direction? Downward direction is there, upward direction is there. That is we are finding using what is here? Right hand thumb rule. We already know that. Using right hand thumb rule, what is it is upward direction or downward direction. It is always along the axis of rotation, but it is upward or downward. That is we are finding from right hand thumb rule. Listen. Here what is here? This is a delta theta, this is a r. Now I am rotating from P to P dash in the which direction? Anti-clockwise direction. This is the right hand. I am putting here. I am rotating from P to P dash. The thumb direction is gives the direction of the omega. When rotating from P to P dash, here the curl of the fingers rotating from P to P dash, the thumb direction is gives the direction of the omega. The direction of that omega is always here. What is here? This is in the which direction here? It is coming outside, out to the plane of the paper, means it is always in the upward direction. It is in the upward direction. When the particle is rotating from P to P dash in the anti-clockwise direction, the omega is along the axis of rotation, but in the which direction here? Upward direction. Suppose, next listen. Here, suppose the particle is moving from P to P dash in the clockwise direction. In which direction here? Clockwise direction. When rotating from P to P dash in the clockwise direction, rotating like this. Here this is rotating like this. Rotating P to P dash in the clockwise direction. When rotating from clockwise direction, what is the direction of the omega bar? Omega. What is the direction of the omega bar? Now what is the direction of the omega bar? Here what is here? This is the direction of the omega bar. Bar represents the vector. Here what is here? What is the direction of the omega bar? This is always along the direction of axis of rotation, but it is upward or downward, that is we are finding from right hand thumb rule. Suppose it is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction means I am putting my right hand like this. The curl of the fingers is rotating from P to P dash in the clockwise direction. When rotating from P to P dash, the thumb direction gives the what is here direction of the omega bar. Thumb direction gives the direction of the omega bar. Means when rotating from P to P dash like this, the thumb is into the board. Into the board means it is in the which direction here? Downward direction. It is in the which direction here? Downward direction. It is in the downward direction. This omega bar is always along the, this is axis of rotation. It is always along the axis of rotation. But when the particle is rotating from P to P dash in the anti-clockwise direction, omega bar direction is in the upward direction. When the particle is rotating from P to P dash in the clockwise direction, omega bar direction in the which direction here? Downward direction. But the omega bar is always along the which direction here? Along the which axis here? Along the axis of rotation. It is always along the axis of rotation, that is upward or downward. Or upward means it is out to the plane of the paper. Downward means it is into the plane of the paper. It is up to the plane of the paper, or what is here? It is into the plane of the paper or out to the plane of the paper. We can find using what is here right hand thumb rule. Now when moving in anti-clockwise direction, omega bar direction in the upward direction. When moving in the clockwise direction, omega bar direction in the downward direction. But it is always along the axis of rotation. That's the reason this omega bar, or this is angular velocity. Angular velocity is called as a which vector here? Axial vector. Why axial vector? It is always lying along the axis of rotation. So that's the reason this is called as axial vector. Right, this is a total information about the what is their angular velocity, and what we derived the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. That is the relation is V is equal to omega into R. General relation in the vector form we are representing V bar is equal to vector form we are representing V bar is equal to here omega bar cross R bar. This is a vector form. Okay, clear. Now next we will define the angular acceleration. Angular acceleration. What is the angular acceleration? Right, listen here. Now we will define the angular acceleration. It is denoted with alpha. Linear acceleration is A, angular acceleration is alpha. Here linear velocity is V, angular velocity is omega. Clearly we can remember the difference. Now here angular acceleration. How to define the angular acceleration? First of all, how many types are there? Angular acceleration. It is also two types. One is called as average angular acceleration. This is alpha bar. General alpha bar we are writing. This represents what is here? Here average. Now another one is a instantaneous angular acceleration. Instantaneous angular acceleration. Instantaneous angular acceleration is alpha. Now here these are the two types of the what is here accelerations. One is called as angular accelerations, one is called as average angular acceleration, second one is called as instantaneous angular acceleration. Now what is here average angular acceleration? It can be defined as the alpha bar. First of all I am defining the first one, that is what is here average angular acceleration. Listen, first average angular acceleration can be defined as the alpha bar is equal to, it is a ratio of, here what is here? It is a ratio of delta omega by delta t. Means change in the, here what is here? Change in the angular velocity in time interval, what is here? Delta t. that is called as what is their average angular acceleration. Alpha bar is equal to delta omega by delta t. This is we can write like this also, omega 2 minus omega 1 by t2 minus t1. Clear? Now this is the average angular acceleration. Next we can define the instantaneous angular acceleration. Instantaneous angular acceleration. How to define here? The limiting value of average angular acceleration when time interval delta t reaches to 0. Limiting value of average angular acceleration when time interval reaches to 0. Here from this we are writing here limit delta t tends to 0. Here what is here? Delta omega by delta t can be written as d omega by dt. D omega by dt. Limit delta t tends to 0. Delta omega by delta t can be written as d omega by dt. From this, here we are writing here alpha is equal to what is here? D omega by dt. This alpha is called as what is here? Instantaneous angular acceleration. Alpha is equal to d omega by dt. Now what are the units here? Here what are the units here? Already we know that here omega unit is what is here? Here omega unit is equal to radian per what is here? Second. Here means alpha unit is what is here? Radian per. First I am writing here MKS unit. What is the MKS unit? Now alpha is equal to omega unit is radian per second and time unit is what is here? Second. So what is we are getting here? Radian per second square. Okay. Similarly, dimensional formula, df means a dimensional formula. Here dimensional formula, what are the dimensional formula here? Here this is a omega, d omega means small, what is here? Angular velocity. That dimensional formula already we know that m power of 0, l power of 0, t power of minus 1. Time dimensional formula t. So what is we are getting here? M power of 0, l power of 0, t power of minus 2. This is a dimensional formula of here what is here? Angular acceleration. Angular accelerations are the two types. One is called as a average angular acceleration. Another one is called as a instantaneous angular acceleration. What is the unit here? Radian per second square. Right. Next to here next what is the here what is there next what is the relation between here relation between linear acceleration A. Linear acceleration is called as a here and linear acceleration and angular acceleration. Alpha. Okay, linear acceleration and angular acceleration. What is the relation between them? Now, here relation between linear acceleration A and angular acceleration alpha. What is the relation between them? See here. Now we know that here we know that relation V equal to what is here? R omega. This is the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. Now differentiating with respect to t on both sides. Differentiating with respect to t on both sides. Now what is we are getting here? dv by dt is equal to r into d omega by dt. Now we know that change in the dv by dt is equal to acceleration A, linear acceleration. Now r into d omega by dt is called as a What is here? Instantaneous angular acceleration. This is a instantaneous linear acceleration. dv by dt is called as a linear acceleration. d omega by dt is called as a instantaneous, what is here? Angular acceleration. A is equal to r alpha. This is a called as a relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration. This is a general relation. In vector form, how we are representing? Here A is equal to, A bar is equal to, vector form means A bar. A bar is equal to, this can be written as alpha bar cross R bar. This is a relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration in which form here? Vector form. A bar is equal to alpha bar cross R bar. Okay, right. This is a relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration. Okay, here in the next class we will discuss what is the torque, what is their angular momentum, what is the relation between the torque and angular momentum. We will discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you.